Hello, and welcome to another episode of Yoga for Kids and Their Adults. My name is Tony. I am here at Me Time LLC. We are a massage and yoga studio and now gift shop here in Troy, Alabama. This program is sponsored in part by the Charles Henderson Child Health Center. That is a pediatric physician and dentist office taking care of children from birth to age 19. And they sponsor us through funds that they acquire through a grant from the Children's Trust Fund, whose purpose is to prevent child abuse and neglect. So thank you very much for tuning in today. And since we are hopefully looking at the end of winter and the impending spring, I thought, since most of us are back in school, we'd do more of a standing routine today and try to work out all of the frenzy that we can start to acquire through cabin fever and staying inside all winter long. So if you have a yoga mat, go ahead and put it down. Clear your space. Make sure you're not going to hit yourself on any furniture or anyone that's doing your yoga with you. If you don't have a yoga mat, that is fine. You can absolutely use a blanket or a rug or even just the bare floor. Now, I'm a little chilly here today, so I'm going to leave my socks on. So if you need to leave your socks on or your shoes on because you're at school, that's perfectly fine to do. If there's ever anything that I'm suggesting that we do, like one of the postures or poses that we need to do, and your body's saying that it's not going to do that today, that is okay. Just follow along best you can. And if something like that comes up, you just come back to whichever pose was your last. You hold it for another couple of breaths, and then join us again as you feel comfortable doing so. So your area should be nice and spaced out or spread out. Make sure you have adequate room. Make sure that you have at least enough room to bring your arms out without hitting things. Okay? So we're going to start off with some breathing. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. So in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to tie our breath to our movement. We're going to start by breathing in and bringing our hands all the way up towards the ceiling. And then breathe out and bring our hands down towards our side. Breathe in, bring your hands up towards the ceiling, all the way up, 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 up. And breathe out and bring your hands down to your side. This time we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So breathe in, bring your hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Really stretch your fingers and your toes apart. And as you breathe out, go ahead and bring your hands down towards the floor. Bend your knees, breathe in, bring your hands up, up, up towards the ceiling. And exhale and bring your hands down towards the floor. One more time. Breathe in, bring your hands up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, bring your hands down to the side. Excellent. Good job following instructions. So, to get us moving and get all that cabin fever gone, we are going to basically be using the entire space of our mat today. We're going to start here in the middle. Make sure that your stance is just about hip wide. All right, so we don't need to be balancing on like one foot right now. Just kind of put your feet under your hips. Make sure your hips are under your shoulders. Make sure your ears are over your shoulders. So you might have to bring your head back a little bit. And bring your hands down to your side. All right. Now, if you have bare feet or socks on your feet and no shoes, lift your toes up, spread them out wide, push them down into the ground, and pull them together like you're grasping onto the ground. All right. This is a nice, strong mountain pose. And this is a very good base pose. If ever we get to something that you're not comfortable doing, you can always come back to the base pose or just continue with the previous pose in the series. Okay. So, now we're going to breathe in, bring our hands up towards the sky. And as we breathe out, bring your hands over to your left side in a nice little crescent pose. There should be a nice stretch on your right side there. You're going to hold this for one more breath. And then breathe in, bring your hands up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, bring them down to your right side. There should be a nice stretch on your left side over here. So hold this for one more breath. And then breathe in, bring your hands up overhead. We're going to do this again on the left side. Get some good stretching going over here all the way down your side. Breathe in, bring your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, bring them down to your right side. Try to push your hips out to the opposite side so you get a really good stretch in there. Breathe in, bring your hands up overhead. And this time as we breathe out, bring your hands down towards the floor. Excellent. Bend your knees. Bring your hands up almost halfway. You can be level with the floor at this point. Or, if you like a challenge, you can bring your hands up at about a 45-degree angle, and you're in a chair pose, or the intense pose. So, we're going to breathe in, stand all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands down towards your feet. Bend your knees, bring your hands up about halfway, or at a 45-degree angle. Hold there for your exhale. Breathe in all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale all the way down to the floor. One more time. Breathe in, come all the way up, bend your knees about halfway to 3/4 of the way. Inhale, bring your hands all the way up to the ceiling, and then down towards your sides this time. Good, following along there. So now we're going to turn to our left side. So your toes are going to be pointing to your left. You're going to take a nice step out. Your right foot is still back there about midway. Bend that front knee. Bring your arms level with the ground, your hips are still facing to the front, and look over that left hand. You are in Warrior Two. Excellent. So now we're going to bring our right hand and twist and clap. Bring our hands up overhead. This is Warrior One. But now we're going to lower our arms in like a goalpost kind of pose and lean our hands and our head back. Give a nice stretch and curve to the spine. And then we're going to breathe in, straighten up that left leg, bring our hands down to our left foot, and lift your right hand in a nice triangle pose. Feel a nice stretch in the back of your left leg. One more breath. Bring that hand down to your foot again. And then you're going to cartwheel back up. Bend that left knee and come back to Warrior Two. How you doing? You following along? Let's do that one more time. So we're going to have our Warrior Two pose. Turn our hands so the palms are facing forward. Bring your right hand to the left with a clap. Bring your hands up overhead, down in a goalpost. Lean back, and then bring your hands down to your foot as you straighten that left foot. And that is a nice triangle pose as you raise your right hand. You think we can do this on the other side? I think we can. Let's bring that hand back down to the foot. Cartwheel back up into our Warrior Two. Straighten that front leg, that left leg. Turn towards the front and reach down towards your feet. Excellent. Good recovery pose. Now, bend your knees. Arch your back up. Vertebrae by vertebrae stacking up. And then bring that left foot back in. Go ahead and shake those feet out. It's been a while. You've been cooped up inside. Got to get rid of this cabin fever. So once you've shaked all that out, we're going to work on our right side. So, keeping our left foot here in the middle of our mat, we're going to bring our right foot out. Turn it to the side, bend that front knee, keep our hips facing front, arms come level to the ground, look over to your right hand, and you're in Warrior Two. Hold this good, strong posture. Then we're going to turn our palms to the front, bring our left hand to the right with a nice clap, bring our hands up overhead in a nice Warrior One. Going to lower our hands in our goalpost pose. And then arch back. Nice strong arch with your back. Then we're going to straighten up our back, straighten our arms, and bring them over to our right foot, straightening up that knee. And bring our left hand up towards the sky in a nice triangle pose. One more breath. Feel that nice stretch. Bring that left hand back down. Then we're going to cartwheel back up. Make our arms level with the ground. Bend that right knee, and we're back in our warrior two. You ready to try that again? Excellent. So, looking over our right hand, we're going to turn our palms to the front. Bring our left hand over to the right with a clap. Bring your hands up overhead. Bring them down in a goalpost and lean back. Now, if this is too much for you, that's okay. You can always keep your body upright. So you've leaned back. Now, we're going to straighten up the back, straighten the arms, straighten the leg. Bring your hands to your right foot. Twist and bring your left hand up towards the sky in a nice triangle pose. We're going to hold this for one more breath. Then we're going to bring our hands back down to our right foot. We're going to cartwheel them back up until they're level with the ground. Bend that right knee, and you're in warrior two. How you doing? Excellent. Go ahead and turn towards the front and bend forward in a forward fold. This is a good recovery pose from all of that twisting and bending. Go ahead and breathe deeply here. Bend your knees, and slowly, pulling from your hips, pull your back straight, straighten out your legs, and then bring them back to center. How are you feeling? Are you getting rid of that cabin fever? I knew you would. Let's go ahead and try a pyramid pose. Now, a pyramid pose is a little different from a triangle pose in that you're going to turn your left foot out to the left. Your right foot is still at an angle, but we're not going to reach up towards the sky. We're just going to bring our hands, our hips are facing our left foot, and it's a nice triangle pose. That is wonderful. Go ahead and walk your hands around, turn your feet over to the right side in your nice triangle pose. One more breath. Feel that good stretch. Go ahead and bring your feet facing front. Keep your hands down on the mat or on the floor. This is a nice little wide-legged forward fold. Bend your knees. Bring your elbows to your knees and your hands to your heart center in a prayer pose. This is a nice little variation of the frog pose. Now, as you breathe in, you're going to bring your hands up as you straighten your legs. And then you're going to slowly walk your feet in and bring your hands down to your side. How you doing? Excellent. So now that we've kind of gotten some movement going, let's see if we can get our balance in check. So we've got our nice little stance. Our feet are under our hips. You're going to shift your weight over to your left side. Once your left foot is bearing all of your weight, you're going to lift your right foot. And if this is all you can do, that's fine. Just keep your foot up. To go into a complete tree pose, you're going to turn your right knee out to the side. Place the sole of your right foot on the inside of your left leg, not on your knee. It can be above or below the knee. And then bring your hands to heart center in prayer. Or you can stretch really tall as a tree. Isn't this amazing? Just keep breathing. You might be a little wibbly wobbly, and that is okay. All right, now let's go ahead and bring our hands back to heart center. And let's lower our right foot and kind of shake our feet out. Whew. Whenever you're balancing, it involves all the muscles of your lower legs. So you want to shake them out so they don't stay tense. So let's get back into our original stance, feet under the hips. Shift your weight over to the right foot. Once this leg is bearing all of your weight, you can go ahead and lift your left foot. Now, again, if this is all you can do, keep it here, and that is fine. But if you want a little bit more challenge, go ahead and bring that left knee out to the left side. The sole of your left foot can be on the inside of your right leg, above or below the knee. That way you're not putting any undue stresses on the knee. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center, and then you can stretch them all the way up. And if you're a little wibbly wobbly, that's okay. Just try to find your balance as best you can. And then we're going to bring our hands back to heart center. And then bring our left foot down and go ahead and shake out our feet. Whew. Those balance poses can really work those lower leg muscles. So, to bring this fully around, let's go ahead back to our wide pose. You're going to bend your knees out, aim them out to either side. Bring your arms out and bend your elbows. We're going to stretch this and straighten out our arms and our legs into a star pose. So down and crouch and up to star. Let's do this a couple times. Down and crouch, up to star. One more time. Down and crouch, up to star. And if you have the energy, jump back to center. Do you have another jump in you? Go ahead and jump the length of your mat. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, 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 jump. And then back to center. Excellent. Now, to recover from this, let's go ahead and forward fold, keeping our legs as straight as we can. We're not going to bend our knees backwards, but we are going to have a nice forward fold. And when you're ready, slowly bend your knees, pull from the hips and straighten out your back, and back down to mountain. So, now that we've gotten all the wiggles out and we've gotten all that movement out, let's complete this with a nice breathing exercise. So, we're going to practice bringing our breath down a notch. So, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. A nice kind of sound. Really push it. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now let's really slow this down. Okay, so breathe in through the nose, count for 4. So in, 2, 3, 4, push out and exhale. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Notice what we did. We got ourselves breathing kind of heavy. We got really excited and we're bouncing all over the place. But just simply by breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, we're able to calm and quiet all of that crazy boisterous energy. So whenever you're outside for recess, for example, and it's time to come in and you're all excited and you really don't want to come in, just try breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, and that'll help you bring your energy back down. So, it has been a whirlwind of a new year. It's been crazy cold. It's been a little bit warmer than usual and everything in between. So how do we find our balance in all of this? You can always find your balance by focusing on your breath. So I'm going to go ahead and sit down on the floor. If you have a chair, you can sit down on it, or you can join me on the floor. We're going to sit in our easy posture, or if you're in a chair, just whatever posture is comfortable for you. I want you to sit up and tall. Make sure that your head is being pulled towards the ceiling and a nice, tall, straight back. And I want you to practice that long breathing, that in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 4. Let's see if we can do that, okay? So breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Ready? In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you're comfortable doing so, you can close your eyes and we're going to engage our imagination. And I want you to imagine or remember back to when you were stuck inside and it was too cold to go outside and play. What did you really want to do outside? You probably wanted to run around and play outside, right? So in your mind's eye, as you're breathing in and out, I want you to see in your mind running around and playing outside. It's a wonderful thing, your imagination. It's so powerful. Whenever you're stuck inside and you want to go outside but you can't, maybe it's too cold or it's raining or you're not allowed out for some reason, If you can't go outside, you can always engage your imagination and see yourself running and playing and having a good time. And you can always calm that energy down simply by bringing your attention back to your breath. So thank you very much for hopefully enjoying this routine today. Again, my name is Tony. I'm here at Me Time LLC, a massage and yoga studio and gift shop here in Troy, Alabama. This program is sponsored in part by the Charles Henderson Child Health Center. They are a pediatric physician and dental office taking care of children from birth to age 19. And they fund this through a grant that they received from the Children's Trust Fund. And their purpose is to help prevent child abuse and neglect. So I hope that you've enjoyed our routine today. You can always get out that cabin fever and shake it out by being active and moving your body. And if you're trying to bring your calm back, you can always bring that back by focusing on your breath. Thank you again. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to be kind to yourself and others as we go through. I hope to see you again next week. And like I like to do every routine, I like to end by telling you Namaste. Don't let that frighten you, though. That simply means that the spirit in me recognizes and is grateful for the spirit inside of you, as I am grateful for each and every one of you out there. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.